guys, welcome to Clockwork, Noodles for another breakdown of Golden Kamuy Season 4, episode number 10. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I've missed you. We've had a fantastic episode once again. I love Tanigaki. It was a very tense episode, but it actually seems that we've resolved a major plot line. So I want to go into that in our breakdown. Do make sure you guys are subscribed. We are 3 noodlings away from 700. That is the summer goal. So if you can help me, that would be absolutely amazing. What have I got coming your way? I've got in a week a summer 2023 overview where we go through the new animes coming, what I'm breaking down on the channel, things I'm excited for, and I'm going to introduce a new feature for you guys. Then in 3 weeks time we have the end of season review. I'm going to go through my top 3. And we're going to have some fun awards. The awards are absolutely hilarious. I had so much fun last season crowning them. Allow me to have some fun once again to crown some fun awards. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I am for some new stories coming our way in the new season. So let's get straight to it because we've got a lot to discuss. I do love the way that Inkmet is able to have the bonds that she creates. She knows that these guys are keeping her hostage. She knows that she's nothing more than a bargaining chip. She still has a bit of fun joking with them. Obviously for Tsukisima, who doesn't quite buy into it. But I love the fact that she's able to con Koito and get a bit of money out of him, which is absolutely hilarious. It reminds me of the whole type that say steampunk into eBay, the prices suddenly go up. But if you were just to type in, I don't know, a hat, it looks kind of steampunk, you could get it cheaper. So it reminded me of that because if you just add evil warding to anything, people would buy it. Koito does seem like that kind of person who is, I'm going to do it just in case it really is, and I believe in this kind of stuff. Koito, this episode for me, I love him. He's never been really my favourite character, but I've always had this admiration for him. This week, he's moved up in my ranks because of his actions this week. I admire you, Koito. You were fun to watch last season. You are now got my respect. You have my mega respect. So kudos, mate. Kudos. I love the conflicted moment with Tanigaki stating that he really wants to see his child, but he doesn't want to become a murderer. He's not a cold-blooded murderer. I mean, can you even kill Sugimoto? The guy's immortal. I don't think he's going to be immortal for very long. I think that card's going to start running out soon. But he also doesn't want to hurt Asurapa because, again, he knows her grandma. He's been around them. He's actually had that relationship with them. The fact that he actually goes and finds a way of not doing what he doesn't want to do, I mega kudos because he just didn't want to do it. Finding Inkmet and finding the hospital without having to do something that would make him really sad. I love the nickname that she gives to him, which is the pervy bear. I really see it. So obviously I give my fantastic nickname. I've got Leaky Brain. He's a fantastic character. Thinking Jack the Ripper for the new naked long-haired dude. I can't actually remember his name. Jack the Ripper is going to stick for a little bit. Pervy bear might be my new favourite nickname for the show. And maybe we should just change Tanigaki's name. Every time he's on screen now, he becomes Pervy Bear. Another reason why I do love Golden Kamuy is the attention to details. I love the fact that it's the nails, the hop nails on the boots that he's able to hear and suss where he is. Fake out that Tsukisima does by going to the door, oh, I'm going to move away because I know you're about to think I've walked away and open it. They are both very smart characters. Just really sad because I just didn't want Tsukisima to do what he does. Obviously the guy's on Leaky Brain's side, he sees it as a betrayal kind of thing, but as a person as well, you've hung out with these people, you know these people. Sad that you decided that this was the answer. You're going to shoot at him and try and kill Tanigaki, who just wants out. He doesn't exactly pose a threat or anything. But it is a episode of help from unexpected places. We do get a death. I don't remember the name of the murderer episode. Was it when we meet Dick Sensei, I think. I remember that whole sequence. It's sad to see a character leave, but we are starting to wrap up a little bit, and I think in places it is showing that certain characters are starting to get their resolve in their arc. Sad because it means the story is slowly coming to a close. Koito letting them go. He doesn't stop them. Hats off. He's also not really against Leaky Brain. You don't have to be brutal. You can actually support somebody, but you don't have to kill people for no reason whatsoever. Absolutely mad respect for the guy. We get the tension mounting with the blood trail. We see Inkmet starting to go into labour, so I was really going to be sad if somebody was going to die. Part of me thought Inkmet might die, which would be really sad. Every time there was a shot, we see him almost catching up, then firing into thin air, and one hits him in the shoulder. I was like, oh, what happens if one hits her and that's how she goes? I mean, Golden Kamuy could start pulling on the heartstrings and kill her. Thankfully, we actually get quite a happy ending. I just wanted Tanigaki, Pervy Bear. I want happy endings. I care for a lot of our characters, even our villainous characters at times. I don't exactly want to see them die. I do care a lot about the characters that we've been hanging out with, because Golden Kamuy's done such a good job building them up for me, putting the time in just to make them actually a 3D character which I can really gel with or even gel against. Good to see Asiripa's mum back again. Is it the Kotan? We're back at the Kotan. The moment when we hear Tanigaki say, "I am immortal." No, dude, you can't steal Sugimoto's line. And even Sugimoto's eventually going to run out of "I am immortal," and his immortal juice is going to run out at some point. Koito, literally the hero of the episode for me. Absolutely love him. He's the one who's able to calm Tsukizuma down and just like stop him. Like, as your commanding officer, I'm telling you to stop. But again, I'm not going against Leaky Brain. I am on his side, but you do not have to do this, which I absolutely love. And the fact that Tsukizuma does actually listen, I'm very shocked, because you are almost about to kill them, like literally that close to killing them. Koito stating that you can still watch everything play out, you can still support that person, but we just don't need to kill somebody who's running away, who poses no threat. You know they're going to be happy together. You know they don't have any motivation to come back and get in his way. So just leave them be, which I really, really like. Yeah, let's just leave the baby to the guy who literally just almost killed a man and his pregnant wife. Great choice of babysitter there. You could have given that to Koito. I think Koito would have been a fantastic babysitter. We've seen him dance. We've seen him take a lot in his acting. I think he would have happily entertained the kids. But we're going to give it to Tsukizuma. Curious choice there. We do see that moment where Tsukizuma, he wants to know. So he tries to get Incomet to help him. Obviously, she starts going in labour. But I would have been very curious to see what she found out, because she said she saw something, but he doesn't want to know. And I'm really curious if she's alive, or I can't quite remember the backstory for Tsukizuma, because it's been such a long time. I've had a lot of anime, a lot of stuff going on in the meantime. I'm like, I vaguely recall her being dead. Whether she saw that or not, I'm not quite sure. Maybe there's going to be a happy ending, because we do seem to be starting to pick out some happy resolves, which would be very nice. I don't think every character is going to get a happy ending, but a resolve is a resolve, and it's nice to start seeing things get tied up. Figured it was going to be a girl. Kind of a reason I thought it might be a girl, especially with Tanigaki, is he definitely can't go after Asiripa and kill her or harm her if he had a girl, because it would be too real, it'd be too close to home. It would be the same again if it was a boy, because he's just not a cold-blooded killer, but it would be like doubly bad if he had a girl and he had a baby girl and he had to go and kill Asiripa. He just wouldn't be able to do it. I just felt like it would be. It's also nice to learn about the beliefs of the Ainu. I remember you guys telling me that there's different clans when it comes to the Ainu, but this particular one, Asiripa's Kotan, the idea of having the baby up and down depending on what gender it is. I'm not a midwife. I don't know if any of this actually bears any resemblance in real life. I don't know. Do they turn the baby in real life if it's a boy or a girl? Is there any difference? I have never had a baby, guys, so I'm sorry. Definitely can't actually assist on this one. I would be curious if anybody out there knows about whether this actually is a thing, or whether it's just folklore, or it's an old wives' tale. That's it. In the UK, we have the old wives' tale where you learn something via word of mouth, or let's say your grandparent tells you, you know, don't do that or you'll go blind. There's no actual scientific reasoning behind it, but it's passed down. Sometimes there is scientific reasoning, sometimes there isn't. I feel like this might be one of those. But alas, it is a girl, and we actually get a happy ending. I'm really happy, because it does feel like we're now waving Tanigaki off until the end. Maybe he's going to appear right at the end. We're going to catch up with him like years later. We'll see how he's doing. But it feels like his role in the story is done. Incommit, him and his baby girl leaving for now. I have a feeling we'll probably catch up at the end and find out the girl's name or something. Maybe they're going to name her at the end, because right now we don't know what they have called the child. It will be interesting to see what name they settle on. We'll have Asiripa the second. That would be fun. But the end discussion. What is Leaky Brain's real goal? Now, Tsukizuma seems to think that there isn't one. It's just the idea that he wants to buy peace for his men. He wants to get them a nice, peaceful future. That could be the case, but I'm just really sus. Still think there might be something more to it. I just can't put my finger on it. I also don't like the way he goes about things. If he is the case, that is actually a pretty noble goal. I would have probably backed you more if you'd have gone about things in a different manner. We will have to see. He just seems overly brutal for the sake of being overly brutal. We can see people like Hijikata still getting stuff done by not being as brutal, but I think with Hijikata, he's a bit more noble. Now, the link at the end with the finger bones, honestly, it's been such a long time, I don't even remember the finger bone thing. I have a feeling it's something to do with telling fortunes. Is there secretly going to be a link down the line that Leaky Brain is actually an Ainu or something? I don't know. Such a mysterious character. Alongside him and Ogata, literally couldn't tell you what their goals were, what they wanted in life. I did also notice, and it's taken me such a long time to notice, that if you watch the OP, Ogata is kneeling the closest to Leaky Brain in the chair. I am starting to think, is it possible that all this time Ogata has technically been working for Leaky Brain, but almost as a double agent? I want you to go over there and I want you to rebel in a sense. Ogata strikes me as somebody who really does just like chaos. Maybe he thinks he's going for chaos and actually it's all planned out all along because Leaky Brain is that smart. He knows exactly how Ogata runs. We're not going to get those answers yet, but we are now starting to get towards the ending. We are 3 episodes away from the end of season 4. I am really curious. It does feel like maybe we're going to get a season 5 and that's going to be it. At least there's more material coming our way. Excited to see where we go. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have had a fantastic time, as much as I have when it comes to this episode. This episode was fun. I will see you guys again soon. Bye bye, guys.